Find the range of the following quadratic equation. Write your final answer in interval notation. And here we are given the beautiful quadratic equation, g of x is equal to negative 3 times x squared minus 18x minus 28. Now, in order to find the range of this function g of x, we're going to need two things. We need the leading term test to determine the concavity of the parabola, and we also need the y-coordinate of the vertex. So looking at this beautiful quadratic equation, we can see that we have a quadratic equation in the standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c. So we can see that our coefficients are a is equal to negative 3, b is equal to negative 18, and c is equal to negative 28. Now, by the leading term test, we can say that since a, which is equal to negative 3, is less than 0, this is telling us that our quadratic equation or quadratic function g of x is concave down. Now remember, concave down like a frown. So our vertex is going to be a maxima, meaning that the range of this quadratic equation is going to be the interval from negative infinity to the y-coordinate of our vertex. So in other words, to find the range of this quadratic equation, we now need to go ahead and find the vertex of this quadratic function. Now recall that if we have a quadratic function of the form ax squared plus bx plus c, then the vertex is the ordered pair, where x is defined as minus b by 2a, and the y-coordinate of the vertex is defined by substituting negative b over 2a back into the given function. So we start here by finding the x-coordinate of our vertex, which again we know is minus b by 2a. So we have minus a negative 18, all divided by 2 times negative 3. So we can see in the numerator, negative times a negative produces a positive 18, all divided by negative 6. And 18 divided by negative 6 is equal to negative 3. So we can now take this x-coordinate and find the y-coordinate of our vertex by substituting it back into the given function. So we have negative 3 multiplied by negative 3 squared minus 18 times negative 3 minus 28. And we can simplify here. We have negative 3 multiplied by negative 3 squared, which is 9. Negative 18 times negative 3 leaves us with a positive 54 minus 28. So we can combine up those two constants, 54 minus 28, which leaves us with a negative 27 plus 26, which is equal to negative 1. So therefore, the vertex of our given quadratic function is the ordered pair negative 3, negative 1. Now, we're only really concerned here with the y-coordinate of our vertex, because this is going to help us with defining the range. So we can now say, since this parabola is concave down by our leading term test, that the range is the interval from negative infinity to negative 1. And we can further verify this conclusion by thinking about the graph. So notice here how the very largest y value that this quadratic function could possibly be is negative 1. Now we can also see that all y values less than negative 1 are also part of the range of this quadratic equation. And that's because the graph of this quadratic equation extends downward infinitely forever. Therefore, the range of our function g of x is the interval from negative infinity to negative 1.